Picture this. You've worked your entire life, paid your taxes, and looked forward to receiving your state pension at 66. But what if I told you that not only might you have to wait longer for that pension, but when you finally do get it, you could end up paying tax on money the government is giving you? This isn't some dystopian future scenario. This is the reality millions of UK pensioners are about to face. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, we're diving deep into the perfect storm brewing in the UK pension system, where rising pension ages, frozen tax thresholds, and the triple lock guarantee are creating a financial nightmare for millions of hardworking Britons. If you're approaching retirement or have loved ones who are, this video could save you thousands of pounds and years of confusion. So grab a cup of tea, hit that subscribe button, and let's unpack one of the most significant changes to UK retirement provision in decades. The UK pension landscape is undergoing seismic changes that will affect virtually everyone watching this video. Between 2026 and 2028, the state pension age will rise from 66 to 67, meaning hundreds of thousands of people will have to work an additional year before accessing their state pension. But here's where it gets truly problematic. At the same time this is happening, the government's commitment to the triple lock guarantee means state pensions will continue rising, potentially pushing millions of pensioners into paying income tax for the first time in their retirement. Let's start with the basics. The state pension age has been gradually increasing over the past few decades as part of the government's response to an aging population and longer life expectancies. Currently set at 66 for both men and women, the decision to raise the pension age to 67 between 2026 and 2028 was made years ago, but the full implications are only now becoming clear. If you were born between April 6, 1960 and April 5, 1961, your pension age will gradually increase from 66 to 67 depending on your exact birth date. Those born on or after April 6, 1961 will have to wait until they're 67 to claim their full state pension. For someone born in early 1961, this could mean waiting up to 12 additional months compared to someone born just a year earlier. This might not sound dramatic, but when you calculate the financial impact, the numbers become staggering. With the current full state pension standing at approximately £11,502 per year, delaying access by even 6 months means losing over £5,700 in pension income. For many people already struggling with the cost of living crisis, this represents a significant financial blow. But the pension age increase is only part of the story. The real complexity comes from the interaction between rising pension amounts and frozen tax thresholds, creating what experts are calling a bizarre tax cliff edge that could see millions of pensioners paying income tax on their state pension for the first time. The triple lock guarantee has been a cornerstone of UK pension policy for over a decade. This system ensures that the state pension increases each year by whichever is highest, the rate of inflation, average earnings growth, or 2.5%. Originally introduced to protect pensioners from falling behind during periods of low inflation or economic uncertainty, the triple lock has generally been successful in maintaining the real value of state pensions. Recent data suggests that the triple lock will deliver a substantial increase in 2026, with average earnings growth confirmed at 4.7% for the year to July 2025. Pensioners are on track for their largest increase in several years. This would bring the full yearly state pension to approximately £12,043, representing an increase of around £541 per year, or roughly £10.40 per week. Under normal circumstances, this would be unequivocally good news for pensioners. However, the current tax system creates a serious problem that transforms this apparent benefit into a potential burden for many recipients. The crux of the issue lies in the personal allowance, which is the amount of income you can earn before paying income tax. For the 2025-26 tax year, this stands at £12,570. The personal allowance was frozen at this level in 2021 and is set to remain frozen until at least 2028. This 7-year freeze represents an unprecedented period of stagnation in tax-free allowances, and when combined with inflation and rising incomes, it creates what economists call fiscal drag, the phenomenon where people are pulled into higher tax brackets not because tax rates have increased, but because thresholds haven't kept pace with income growth. The mathematics of this situation are stark. The current full state pension of £11,502 sits just £1,068 below the personal allowance threshold. With the expected 4.7% increase in 2026, the state pension will rise to approximately £12,043, leaving just £527 of headroom before hitting the tax threshold. If pension increases continue at similar rates in subsequent years, which is entirely possible given the triple lock mechanism, many pensioners will find themselves paying income tax on their state pension by 2027 or 2028. This creates a particularly perverse situation where the government is effectively giving pensioners money with one hand while taking some of it back with the other. For someone whose only income is the state pension, crossing the tax threshold means they'll pay 20% income tax on any amount above £12,570. While this might only amount to a few pounds initially, as pension amounts continue to rise above the threshold, the tax bill will grow accordingly. The problem becomes even more complex for pensioners who have additional sources of income. Many retirees receive small occupational pensions, rental income, or earnings from part-time work alongside their state pension. For these individuals, the combination of a rising state pension and frozen tax thresholds could push them into higher tax brackets much sooner than anticipated. Someone who was previously a basic rate taxpayer might find themselves paying higher rate tax at 40% on portions of their income. Age UK has conducted detailed analysis showing that the number of pensioners paying income tax could increase dramatically over the coming years. Their research suggests that by 2030, millions more pensioners could be brought into the tax system purely as a result of rising state pensions and frozen allowances. The situation is particularly challenging for people in physically demanding jobs or those with health problems that make continuing to work difficult. Research has consistently shown that life expectancy varies considerably across the UK. People in more deprived areas often have shorter lifespans compared to those in affluent areas. Raising the pension age uniformly, therefore, disproportionately affects those who are already disadvantaged. From the government's perspective, these changes serve multiple policy objectives. Raising the pension age reduces the long-term cost of state pensions, while the frozen personal allowance generates additional tax revenue without explicitly raising tax rates. Government projections suggest that state pension expenditure will reach £169 billion by 2029-30, representing a 16% increase compared to 2025-26. However, critics argue that these changes represent a breach of the social contract between the state and citizens who have paid taxes throughout their working lives with the expectation of receiving a tax-free state pension in retirement. For those approaching retirement in the next few years, several strategies might help mitigate the impact of these changes. First, it's crucial to understand exactly when your state pension age will be and plan accordingly. The government provides online tools to check your specific pension age based on your date of birth, and this information should form the foundation of any retirement planning. Second, consider the tax implications of your total retirement income, not just your state pension. If you have other sources of income that might push you over the personal allowance when combined with a rising state pension, it may be worth discussing tax-efficient strategies with a financial advisor. This might include timing the drawdown of pension funds or managing other investments to minimize overall tax liability.
Third, keep track of your national insurance record to ensure you qualify for the full state pension. You can check your record online and identify any gaps that might be worth filling through voluntary contributions. With the pension age rising and the importance of the state pension increasing due to declining workplace pension provision, ensuring you receive the maximum amount becomes even more critical.
Looking ahead, the trajectory of these changes suggests that the problems identified for 2026-2028 are likely to intensify in subsequent years unless policy interventions occur. If the personal allowance remains frozen while state pensions continue to increase through the triple lock mechanism, an ever-growing proportion of pensioners will find themselves paying income tax on their state pension. This could fundamentally change the nature of state pension provision, from a universal benefit to a system where the government effectively claws back a portion of payments through taxation. The harsh reality is that the combination of rising pension ages and potential tax liabilities represents a significant deterioration in retirement prospects for many people. Those who had planned their retirement around accessing their state pension at 66 may need to work an additional year, and when they do finally receive their pension, they may find themselves paying tax on it for the first time. The most affected will be those with the least flexibility in their working arrangements and the smallest financial cushions to absorb these changes. Manual workers who struggle to continue physically demanding jobs into their late 60s, people with health problems that make continued employment difficult, and those with limited savings to bridge the gap between their planned retirement date and their actual pension age will face the greatest challenges. However, awareness of these changes at least provides the opportunity for planning and preparation. Understanding the implications of delayed pension ages and potential tax liabilities allows people to make informed decisions about their retirement timing, saving strategies, and overall financial planning. While the changes themselves may be unwelcome, being caught unprepared would be far worse. This perfect storm of pension age increases, frozen tax thresholds, and rising pension amounts through the triple lock represents one of the most significant changes to UK retirement provision in recent decades. For the millions of people affected, understanding these changes and planning accordingly isn't just advisable, it's essential for maintaining financial security in retirement. If this video has helped you understand these complex issues, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content about personal finance and retirement planning. Don't forget to ring that notification bell so you never miss an update on changes that could affect your financial future. Have you been affected by pension age changes, or are you worried about potentially paying tax on your state pension? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one, and your experiences help inform future videos. Your stories matter, and they help other viewers understand the real-world impact of these policy changes. Remember, while these changes are challenging, being informed and planning ahead puts you in the best possible position to navigate whatever the future holds for UK pensions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll be covering more essential personal finance topics that matter to your future. Until then, take care and keep planning smart.